Welcome to Kletus Ray's Roadside Service. We're doing the same thing today that we did yesterday. It's going to be a good one. Except the lady that possibly is going to get fired is not with me today. Because, man, my boss, he's still not happy about that situation. He's like, I cannot believe I had two Class A has drivers delivering fucking wood. Like, what the hell? Like, two at the same time? Like, what the hell? Now, I will say, we revamped our system today. Now we're on a skeleton crew. I don't know. He made sure every single person has something to do, and my job is to get the lumber, chain it up, well, well be there with the truck, and then somebody else will load it up, and then yeah, I don't know. What I could use is a hand with the chains because the chains keep coming undone. I get up on top of the truck and I get the boomer and I get it stretched out and then I start booming it and then I look over at the chain to make sure it's still hooked and it's fucking unhooked. And it's a pain in my fucking ass to climb up and down off of these fucking trucks. So I might see if somebody is willing to come up there for a very small amount of time and chain my fucking make sure all my chains are staying fucking tight. Other than that, things are going well. Got in, got the truck, got up there. Somebody else loaded it. I chained it down. I had to get down and off the truck a few times, but we're okay. And now we're headed back to the derailment and gonna be a good day. I only got 2 loads to take though, because my boss also yesterday he's like, "Why are you only carrying fucking 8 of those pads?" He's like, "You can carry 10 or more." I'm like, "Well, I don't know. I'm not the one that told me how many to load up. They just said, hey, only load up 8 because you'll be overweight if you load any more." So I've been loading 8. He's like, "You can load 10." I'm like, "All right, let's load 10." And instead, we loaded 12. Uh, I will say I feel the weight a little bit more now, but it's not bad. Like the truck is not struggling at all. That I'm confident in my equipment to be able to get this stuff to where I need it to be. And I'm also, would you go, you fucking slow bitch ass flatbed? Get the fuck out of my way. He's carrying big steel plates. But he's slow as fuck. Like, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. 6 steel plates. And he's just acting like it's the heaviest load he's ever had. Hey, get the fuck going, dude. I'm hauling wood. Okay? Get the fuck out of my way, man. Yeah, so yesterday it was interesting. Because I got back to the shop. I parked the truck. Because they said, hey, we're not doing it anymore. I said, hey, that makes sense. So I parked the truck and went inside. And I saw that the lady trucker was still there. And she was in the office. And I'm telling you, she has no fear whatsoever. Come on, find the next gear. There we go. She has no fear whatsoever. She's in there. It's a closed door meeting between them two, the boss and lady trucker. And the rest of us are just kind of sitting outside the door. We're like, we all could go home, but we're going to act like we're doing paperwork and just hanging out because we want to hear what the fuck is going on in there. Because she's been around for a long time. She started a couple of months before me. So she's been here just as long as I have, a little bit more maybe. And I don't know. I don't feel confident enough to go yell at the boss. Like if I go to the boss with a strong opinion and I'm mad, I don't think it's going to turn out good for me. And I respect our boss. Yeah, he's a little bit of a hard ass here and there, but he is also pretty lenient sometimes. Coming over, bud. Yeah, I need one more. You probably don't want to be behind me. You really don't want to be behind me. A nice Chevy truck. It's like, oh, you can come over. I'll let you come over. And then as soon as I get over, I'm sure he felt like all the fucking rocks and shit fucking flying off my. Because these are big pieces of wood that are used to drive over, and we don't exactly clean them when we put them up. I've never used them. They've been in this stack, this pile, since I started here, so I don't know anything. I've never seen these move, but they're moving today. But yeah, I mean, I would get fired if I decided if I feel like if I was in that room, I would be walking out without a job. Uh, but yeah, our boss, he used to be a cop, local cop out here, so he knows like all the fucking roads. He knows everything about all the roads. He's got all that cop training. He was a cop for a long time. He started here as a laborer, got his license, Class A, has all that stuff. So he's been a laborer, a driver, equipment operator. He knows every single piece of equipment that we have out here. He's been, he's been in every single position, and which I think that just makes a really good boss. I think, I don't know how that wouldn't make a good boss. A guy that knows every little thing about the business, and now he's in there, and now he's running the show. And so whenever you call him with issues, he knows basically, except for me. When I call him with issues, he's like, I have never heard of that in my entire life. I'm like, I know, it's fucking weird. I don't know how I got myself into this situation. I get myself into once in a lifetime situations often. I broke a roll off box. He's like, how did you break a roll off box? I'm like, well, I was winching it up onto the truck and it got caught with this thing, but I went back there to look and it looked like it was going to pop on, or it looked like it was on. I thought it was good, and then I just kept winching it and it just boom, it popped and it fucking broke the front end of the roll off box. He's like, what the fuck? I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. He's like, those are designed to go together. There's no way possible that they could not go together. I'm like, well, apparently I got a bad one, because I'm telling you, I don't know what I went back there and I even checked and it looked fine. And then another one, I was winching up a frac tank and the fucking cable snapped, which I guess that's happened before. That's not a crazy thing to happen, but it was like a brand new cable, because it was one of the first times we ever used that roll-off truck. And go out there and I use it, and I'm like, I snapped the fucking cable. He's like, how the fuck did you snap the cable? I'm like, I don't know. I went back there, I looked, I had it all hooked up right, and I don't know. Something must have happened. What I think happened was I was on a hill, and whenever I picked up the front end of the frac tank, instead of it pulling up straight, it rolled forward a little bit. And when it was picking up against the truck, because the front end of it got caught underneath the bumper of the winch truck. The big winch, it goes all in the back of a semi, and it goes over where the trailer hooks up, and it goes down and it hooks to the front of this thing, and you winch it up, and if you have the cable in the right spot, it'll go straight up and pull over. But I think I don't know, something bad happened to me. I rolled a vac truck. Like, oh shit, I rolled a fucking vac truck. Like that. Yeah, that doesn't happen every day. It's not. I mean, it happens, but not not to us. You know, that was a fucked up situation. But I don't know, and I don't know. I feel like this company has given me a lot of leeway when other companies, you know, if with any little problem they may have with you, they're gonna try to get rid of you. They're gonna be like, okay, yeah, you're done, you're out of here. And with this company, they'll work with you. There's two people that work in our office that have totaled trucks and are still held in, I would say, high regard. Uh, Me and this other guy. I think we're held in high regard. Not like super high regard, but like, I don't know. They send me out with equipment and stuff, and I get the job done most of the time without issues, and things go well. But you know, the truck broke down on me the other day. Everybody understands that's not my fault, but it's funny to make fun of me and say you fucking fuckhead. I guess I don't know. But anyways, lady trucker, she doesn't give a fuck. Like anytime she ever has a problem, whether it's her fault or not, she is pointing the finger, screaming, yelling at somebody else that made her do it wrong. And it's just like I don't see. I'm surprised she's made it as long as she has. So hopefully she'll. I don't know. I don't want her to get fired. If she does get fired, I might get better jobs because that would be one more Class A has driver that we don't have to worry that I don't have to worry about taking my fucking job. Um. So, anyways, that's going on. I guess we had another new guy that he's a young kid. We got hired these three kids. They're all friends, and they're starting to show their problems to everybody. You know, if I see a problem with somebody, it's only going to be a day, a couple days, maybe a week before other people are going to start seeing the issues. So I think it's cool because I don't like to rat out people. I don't like to go fucking to the boss or other people and say, hey, this guy's not doing a good enough job. I don't want to be that guy. I'm not going to be the guy for the reason he's losing a paycheck. I'm also kind of a nobody. I'm not a nobody, but I'm just a trucker. I'm nothing. I'm not a special person here. Realistically, they could replace me, and it wouldn't make much of a difference. I think I bring a lot to the table as of comedy, comedic relief, um, tense situations. I come up and I say some random shit. Like, just a little bit ago, I was walking through and I saw some guys in an office having a meeting, and I walked by and said, "Rock hard," and I just kept on walking. I don't even know three of the guys that are in there, but I heard them laughing as I was walking by. I just said rock hard, and I don't. There's no reason I said rock hard. I don't know. It just came to me. I'm kind of special that way. I think random words come to me that will bring a smile to somebody's face. Sometimes it's a blank stare, and you just stand there and you got to repeat yourself again, and then you're like, all right, that's not working. Anyways, yeah, so that was interesting. The lady trucker, she came out of the office. It doesn't look like she got fired. It looks like she's going to be with us for a while still. Um, and went home. Had Went home, and I got some sort of virus going on where I don't know. I get home and I shit 4 or 5 times. It's kind of not fun to do. My legs can only go to sleep, you know, like 3 times a day before you're like, I think I'm doing damage here, you know, sitting on the toilet for too long. But anyways, I got it all, did all that, went home, And I took my son to karate. My wife was like, "Hey, we're not me and her and my daughter. We're not gonna go. It's just gonna be me and him." I had to clean out my car a little bit, and he's in a big boy booster seat now. So, and I don't have a booster seat in my car, so he had to feel like a baby again and sit in the big car seat. But took him to karate. He did wonderful. 10 out of 10. He is paying attention even with distractions. There was a major distraction at this karate training. So we went last Tuesday. Everything was fine. This Tuesday, I guess there's a lot of people that didn't show up to the first class. Not sure why. Maybe they forgot. It happens. Whatever. A ton more people showed up. So it was like only 50% of the people showed up the first day, and it was like double the amount today. A lot of fucking people. And they were coming in late, and we got there 10 minutes early, which is good for me. I look good. I plan on doing that every time we get there, like right as the instructor's getting there. It's perfect. But a lot of other people were showing up late, bringing their kids in. They're not ready, and I know. So I looked at this, and I told myself, I said, this is a problem. This is the biggest problem in this room. But overall, this is a normal thing that happens. But it gets exacerbated. That's a word. It gets more intense of a problem when that's the only problem in the room. And it was this little girl. Her dad showed up, dropped her off. She's wearing tights that have the feet built into them. And karate on a hard wood floor doesn't work well unless you're barefoot or have special karate shoes on or whatever. I don't know. So this little girl, she's in there, she's slipping and sliding all around, and her dad left because the teacher said you can leave. I don't think he left. I think he just sat in his car because there was a lot of parents in there, and I had to grab a chair from the stack and bring it over and set it down off to the side. But I was willing to stay in there the whole time. Anyways, this little girl, there's like 4 kids that are like my son's age, size, and training. Because there were some kids that it was his size and maybe even his age, but they were already yellow belts or green belts or something. And which I was like, how the fuck are they in there? Maybe they're just young and small, or not young, but they're all young. But maybe they're just small for their age. I don't know. This little girl screamed at the top of her lungs in the gymnasium the entire fucking time, right next to my son. And I could see him. He'd look over at her and he'd be like, stop crying. And she would just get louder. And the instructor, and I mean, it was intense, but that's not the first kid to cry because their parents left them at a karate place. I'm sure it's happened a lot of times. But she was literally the only person causing a disturbance in this place. Everybody else was paying attention, doing what the instructor was saying, following the rules, except for this little girl. They brought her in the wrong clothing because she's slipping and sliding all over the place. She's sitting there crying. I think she goes to school with another little boy that was like a green belt, and the green belts were over doing something different, but she kept running to him and he kept running to her because, I don't know, they did not look related, but they could be, I guess. I don't know. But the little boy's dad was there, so I don't know. I don't think they were related. I think they just went to school together, and she found comfort in somebody familiar. Sorry, bud. I'm going. Mm-mm. Might have pissed off this fucking truck driver back here, but sorry, bitch. I'm probably faster than you, even in this little pup truck. I'm gonna fucking race you away. I'm gonna race away from you. I only got 2 exits to go. I'm out of here, bud. You ain't catching me. Something does not smell good. It's Kansas City. That's what doesn't smell good. So, yeah, the several of the instructors went over there trying to cheer her up, get her to quit crying, knowing that there's a lot of parents watching. But the instructor eventually did come around. He's like, "Does anybody own this little girl?" And it was weird how he said it, but he's like, "Does anybody?" And we're all like, "No." And she's like, "My daddy left." Ah! Like, great. I'm like, Jesus. Like, I'm not one to complain. Like, hey, give them leniency. It's a little girl. It's her first probably thing she's ever done is karate. Her parents have never left her before, but she's putting on a show. And even the instructors go over there and they're like, "Hit the pads. Look, hit the pads," and sit and talk with her and be like, "Hey, your daddy's coming back. Like, quit freaking the fuck out. Like, let's play. Let's play fucking karate." And I don't know. She cried the entire time. And the instructor did have a long talk with her dad whenever he got back at the very end of the class. He's like, "She's wearing the wrong clothing. You cannot have. She needs to be barefoot. Okay? She needs to be barefoot. And you need to stay. Somebody needs to be here with her because she disrupted the entire class the entire time." And this is this guy's business. And I mean, I'm not one to complain, but I'm also sitting over there like, I can also see the argument where I'm like, hey, I'm paying for you to teach my kid karate, and he's not learning a lot of karate when this fucking crazy ass little girl's in here. So I don't know. Hopefully things will get better. But even with all that distraction, my son was still paying attention for the most part. Well, more than most part, he was paying attention and doing a good job. Very happy with his demeanor and the whole thing. He learned a couple new moves. He was excited to go home and show mom. And this kid looks like he's been doing karate all year with the limited moves that he learned so far. He's over there, like, I was like, "Show mom what you learned." And I was like, "Oh, shit." Like, he is like a robotic. He's just like getting into stance, throwing his arms up quick, yelling, "Ah, yeah, ah." I'm like, "Damn, dude, you are doing a fucking awesome job." And I just don't know how to express how proud I am of my son. I told him that 7 times. I don't even know if he knows what proud means quite yet. But I'm like, "Brother, I am so proud of you. You are doing such a good job. I am so excited that you are having a good time and you are paying attention, you're learning, you're being quiet, you're following instructions. You're just I couldn't be more proud of the son that I have brought into the world. He is such a good boy." And he's like, "Yeah, can we play Fortnite?" I'm like, "Well, no, because it's already 7:30. I don't. I'm proud of you, and we will play Fortnite again, I promise, but not right now." But yeah, I'm thinking about making a little board or wall or something for him because so far I don't know if he was supposed to get 2 of these ribbons or not, but he's got 2 ribbons. And I don't know if he's going to get a ribbon every single time. But Alright, this is going to be a tricky one here. Real tricky, because I need to swing super wide here. That bus was so nice to block the road for me. Yeah, I just want to get him an area where he can pin up all of his stuff, and also part of his homework thing was his shoes. Like, put his shoes in the same spot, and I was like, I haven't noticed. Have you been doing that? He's like, yeah, I've been putting my shoes in the same spot, but there's a different spot that I want to put my shoes, but there's too much stuff in the way. And so whenever we got home, I cleared out the little area for him so he could put all of his shoes where he wants to put them. And yeah, I want to make him like a little area for karate. And just I'm excited. I'm just as excited about it as he is. So it's cool. It's really cool. I think he's doing. I keep forgetting the name of the karate, but karate means open hand, and I think the discipline that they're learning is called Shogun. So I don't know. Um, pretty cool. And I'm not going to even mention that the instructors are nerdy today, because they weren't that nerdy today. You know, maybe they just were nerdy on the first visit, but this time they were doing good. It was I'm like, these are they are karate nerds. They're not like computer nerds. They're like karate nerds. They could also be computer nerds. I have no idea, but I don't know. We got him sized for a gi. I want to get him a gi, even though it's like $70, and he's gonna grow out of it pretty soon. And I don't want to get him one that's way too big, you know. But I think we're gonna go ahead and get him a gi and the belt. Even though the instructor, he's like, you don't have to have the gi, but we're gonna get him one. We're gonna get him one. Man, it's so interesting coming out here to this scrapyard and seeing all the stuff they're leaving out here. Like, there's a conversion van and two F-250s. And yesterday I saw like a 90s Ford four-wheel drive flatbed that looked not too bad, other than where they grabbed it by the cab. And I was like, man, I hate coming to the scrapyard and seeing all the death and destruction of fucking nice vehicles. Sad. Super sad. So yeah, they did karate, and then we went home, ate dinner, and they went to bed, and I sat on the fucking toilet for a long time. And then fell asleep, but I forgot to turn all my alarms on, which is, it's so weird. I forgot to turn my alarms on, but I was on time to work. And it's like, how are you on time to work without alarms, and you're late with alarms? Like, what's going on here? But I just woke up out of a dead sleep. I woke up and I was like, oh shit, I need to go to work. I looked at the clock, and luckily it said like 6:10. I was like, oh, okay, I got time to get up, get dressed, get the fuck going. I actually, I didn't skip anywhere. I made my coffee. I loaded my lunch. I made sure my bag was packed, and then I got the fuck out of the house. But, normally I would be like, fuck, I gotta go. But everything's going well today. I'm happy with it. Oh man, my coffee is just spilling all over the fucking place. I'm on these roads that they're all rutted up and stuff. Just gotta take these pieces of wood over here. Looks like I'm going to be waiting on a train for a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. My plan today is I got this load and I got one more load to get, and then I don't know. There's not really going to be much else to do after this, I don't think. Tomorrow, uh, I'm actually going to run a tanker load, I believe. And then Friday, I'm going to attempt to do that job again. The one where I broke down. I'm going to attempt. This time I'm going to use a different truck. Now, this truck just had service done on it from the dealership because it's under warranty still. So I'm hoping they got it fixed good enough that it's going to take me over to Hannibal. And I don't know. I hope. Yeah, I really feel bad for those guys that, I don't really feel bad for them, but they're like, hey, we called you out for a job, and then your truck broke down, and now it's like, we still need the job to be done. I'm like, all right, I'm going to bring out a different truck this time, and I'm not going to let fucking bitch-ass boy be like, I'm taking that truck. No, motherfucker, you're local. I'm taking the fucking truck that I know will make it, you fuckhead. Well, and this isn't going to be the truck I know will make it, because it's been in the shop, but it's never failed me. Like, everybody acts like it's always got problems, but it's never failed me. It's always been a good truck to me. Alright, gotta check, make sure there's no trains a-coming. No trains a-coming, come across this rail here. And wait on this train. The dump trucks I was taking across the rail, you can't see out the back window, and I was having all kinds of problems checking for trains and shit. Now, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, he's going to be nice and let me come across the rail. What a nice guy. And I think that's about it for right now. I guess another little thing is I decided I don't like Dodge Challengers and Chargers at all anymore. I talked to, there's a girl in the ER department for our work, and we were talking the other day. I went to help her, exchange truck batteries, because I don't know why they sent her, but they sent her, and I was like, can you pick them up? She's like, no. I'm like, all right, well, I'll come over. I'll come with you. And we were just talking. I was like, she's like, yeah, I bought that fucking car because I wanted to be cool. And then she's like, don't buy a Dodge Challenger. Hers is a V6 base model. And she's like, everybody wants to race you all the time. I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, yeah, it's not a fun time to drive that car. Because my brother, Kenny, he really wants to buy one. And I'm just going to nose down in there today. And I don't know, every time I see one, they're just a fuckhead driving it, you know? All right, we're down here. We're down here in the trenches. this looks like a good spot. All right, I gotta hop out, fucking do these chains, and then get offloading. I think I'll come back to you. Maybe I'll wait till the end of the day. I'm not sure. Well, headed back to the shop. This is the second load. Got it offloaded. I'm leaving this bumpy ass rail yard right now. But so like the guy here, this is what I hate to sound like a little bitchy whiny motherfucker, but I show up to work, I get the truck ready, I bring it up to the top of the hill, then I have to watch somebody that doesn't know how to run a fucking skid steer, with forks. They might be good at, dumping rock and scraping shit up, whatever the fuck they do. I'm good with the forks, okay? Um, but I had to watch him, and put boards down and get that guy situated that, every single time he went over to grab another stack, he's like, he would honk until I came over there. And I'm like, what? He's like, I need you to put a piece of wood underneath this so I can get my forks under it. And I'm like, do you not know how to pick these up? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, do you not know how to pick these up? Yeah, you can get the tip of your forks in there, lift up, tilt forward, lift up some more, and then drive in there, and you're gonna be. It's got something behind it that you can. Like, I don't. It would be way easier if I just showed you. But he's like, I know how to operate. I'm like, all right, I know you know how to operate, but you don't know how to operate the forks. Jesus, like, I have a gift. Okay. So, anyways, I'm there running back and forth trying to get that thing done, get it strapped down, get in the truck, drive over here, undo the straps, and this guy, he's a good operator, but with the big loader he's got, he can't see anything. So I have to be his eyes. So I have to be there moving boards around and everything, helping him out. And then I got to get back in the truck and then drive over here. And then get unloaded and then turn around and drive back over there. And it's like, I don't get time to sit still. Okay. But the guy that's over here, if I'm not here, he's just sitting around, not doing shit. If I go back to the other shop, that guy's sitting around not doing shit until I get there. Like, I don't, and they're rushing you along, and it's like, hey man, you've been sitting around all fucking day. I haven't. I've been driving, running, and the only time that I would get time to myself is to fucking pull over on the side of the road, away from everybody. But anyways, so I got offloaded there, and I pulled out my cooler and I sat on the step deck and I ate my food. I said, I ain't fucking going anywhere till I've eaten all my food. And I did. I ate it all, which is weird. Normally I don't eat that much. I mean, I'll eat that much of other stuff, but of my cheese sticks and my beef sticks, if I had a bag of pork rinds, that probably would have been gone too. But I brought my can of baby gherkins that my kids just don't like for some reason. I brought that with me so I could eat those also. I did not expect to eat the entire brand new package of cheese, entire brand new package of sausage, and the entire basically brand new jar of fucking gherkins. I mean, it wasn't like a regular big size jar of fucking pickles. It was a little bit smaller, but I still ate the whole fucking thing. And I don't regret it. At this point, I don't regret it. I feel really full, but also pretty good. And then I had before I ate lunch, I had I was thinking about fried chicken. I was like, man, I would love to get some fried motherfucking chicken. But I was like, oh, I have a fucking deep fryer at my house. So why don't, and my wife, I noticed last night, we ended up going out to eat, but because we had karate, but she was going to cook up some chicken, so she had it thawing out on the counter. And I was like, oh, we can make fried chicken at home. That sounds delicious. All right, what do we got here? We got a Kia, a Ford, a Buick. I don't know. They're all smashed cars. Nothing really worth it on that run. I don't feel bad about those cars getting smashed. But if they run, if it's a running, driving car, I just can't believe people would smash them. They're like, it's rusted. It's like, all right, yeah, it's rusted, but it still drives down the fucking road. Yeah, it's not, shit, probably shouldn't, but derby cars, man. That's one thing I wish. It seems like it's hard to get into derby. But if you grew up in a family doing derby all the time, it's like that's what you're gonna do with your life is derby. Well, not do completely with your life. What I'm getting at is there's a place, a disposal facility that we go to, and one day I showed up there late and I couldn't find anybody. You have a green light too? Um, Showed up late, couldn't find anybody. Finally walked around until I found somebody, and they were inside the shop of this fucking shithole place. But the inside there, they had their derby car lifted up, and I was like, man, they're like, yeah, we go racing all the time. I'm like, these fucking guys are missing brain cells. I mean, I'm missing some too, but not as many as these guys. I think I could do this. So I don't know. It would be really cool. Maybe, or like go-kart kids that race go-karts and stuff like that, or bikes. I don't know. And really, that's what I should have done with my life. At a young age, my dad, he liked cars, motorcycles, go-karts, all that shit, and we had a lot of that stuff too. And I showed interest in it, but we never really got into it. And I mean, he owned a Hobbytown store. Oh, the left two lanes are closed, meaning the right lane is the only one open. This is not good, not ideal. People are still going to the left lane, switching to the left lane when that lane's closed, motherfucker. He owned Hobbytown, and he would have racing out back, but I was just too young of a kid that I wasn't serious enough about it that I would never get into the races and stuff. But seems like it would have been a cool thing to do, racing RC cars and shit. I don't know, but I got my son, and I can change all of that right here. But it's kind of hard. Well, he's so young, which is great to get him excited about and into things young, so he can grow up having a lot of experience doing something. So like karate or wrestling, I'm gonna try to get him into wrestling once he gets into school. But But I mean, shoot, I could get him into other stuff too. But we bought him bikes, bought him a skateboard, scooter, all kinds of stuff. He's just not interested in them. He had Power Wheels and stuff. He's just not interested. And I mean, the interest can come later on, I guess, but I don't know. Man, I am full. So, yeah, this load that I got loaded, yeah, it was the same damn thing. I'm like, you don't even realize who's driving that truck, do you? Which is me. I'm driving that truck. You don't realize that I am the world champion forklift operator, and nobody's letting him. It's like, I'm not going to compare myself to that guy, but let's just say Jeff Gordon. Whether you like him or not, he's still a good race car driver. Okay, he wins a lot. If Jeff Gordon's driving around, or like they're like, "Oh no, you're gonna ride in the car," and he's like, do you know who I am?" But he doesn't tell them that. You never get to know that Jeff Gordon is the fucking man because you never let him drive. Nobody knows. These fucking idiots do not know how to drive. Why do I have to let everybody in? Why am I the guy that you're going to race up to get in here? Fucking idiots, man. There's so many signs saying that the left two lanes are closed, and but they're all like, "Oh shit, the left two lanes are closed. Let's cut as many cars as we can." It's like, no, find a fucking spot. Quit trying to pass me. Yeah, they did not load me very good, and I was the he loaded a 2-stack on my left side and a 3-stack on my right side, and he was like, "All right, there you go," and he was about to leave, and I was like, "Hey, hey, hey!" He said, "What?" I was like, "I need you to move that the top one on the 3-stack needs to be scooted over. I don't need it completely centered, but it needs to be over a little bit because." And he's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because as soon as I hit a fucking bump with these tight chains on it, it's gonna scoot that top bundle over to the middle, and all my chains are gonna be loose. And let's just say that I slam on the brakes for some odd reason at a high speed, that thing is gonna slide right through the fucking cab. Okay? I need it to be scooted over just a little bit, just enough that the chain is going to be triangulated. I don't even know what words I'm trying to say, but the chain will have a little bit of a bend to it right there. So instead of it pulling down and more over, it'd just be pulling down, And he don't know, but I made him do it, and he's like, "You want it all the way in the middle?" I was like, "No, I don't want it all the way in the middle, just a little in the middle." I'm like, "Just let me fucking run the forklift, you fuckhead." He's like, "You don't know what you're doing." I'm like, "I don't know who the fuck told you who I am, but they lied. Okay? I'm forklift operator. I am the #1 operator in the United States of forklifts." Now that's something that I'm into, and I've seen these like stunt shows and stuff. I'm not a stunt man, okay? I'm not a stunt man, but I could be one, but I see them like they're like, oh, you got to be able to pick up a quarter off the floor or whatever, or open up a soda pop or something. It's like I could probably do that. That's not useful. I mean, it is useful if I'm thirsty, but I'm talking about more just getting the job done efficiently, quickly, and with the correct skill. Okay, I can do that. Yeah, I'm not going to be opening up a bottle of fucking root beer with my forks. I that's not a thing. But I can pick up a quarter or a dime or a nickel, even a piece of paper, probably. I can pick things up with a forklift. Um, but yeah, nobody at this company wants to give me a chance. The other company, they know. They all know. They still talk about me as I fucking grind the shit out of the gears. You guys heard that. The shifter on this truck, it's a little bit different because the gears in the other trucks that we have, it seems like they're so far apart. And this truck, they're a lot closer together. So I was trying to go into fucking ninth when I really wanted to go to fifth or seventh. I mean, I got to look down. The numbers don't matter. The pattern is what matters. Dump truck thought he was going to run up on me. Hell no! And I love it whenever people get in the left lane and they're like, oh yeah, this guy's going to go faster. And then I take off and they're like, oh shit, that guy's going. I should have stayed behind the semi instead of the dump truck. But yeah, I'm fast as fuck, boy. I don't give myself enough credit, I don't think. I'm a bad motherfucker right here, okay? I'm pretty fucking good at some shit. I'm not the greatest at everything. I'm not saying that. But there are things that I'm pretty good at, and I need recognition. And you are the same way. You listening to this podcast, you're a badass motherfucker at something. Not everything, but you're a badass motherfucker at least one thing, okay? Find out what the fuck it is and demand recognition for it, okay? Just say it to yourself right now while you're driving around. You ain't got nobody around. Just say it to yourself. Say, I'm a badass motherfucker at chess, or I don't know, eating hot dogs or something. Whatever you're good at. Say, I'm pretty fucking good at this. Like, out of all the things that I could be known for, like, what are they going to write about you on your headstone? He could eat a lot of hot dogs. And you might laugh at that and say, yeah, that's not something I'd put on my headstone. Hey, listen, somebody's got to be good at eating hot dogs. It might as well be you, okay? And let the world know you could eat 18 hot dogs, bun and all, and ask for another. And I just need to let people know I'm a fucking good operator, forklift operator. But not those fucking bullshit. But you can't just stick me on any forklift. It's like you can't just give a pool player any old pool stick, okay? It's got to be a pool stick that he likes, okay? Now, I'm not too picky on the forklift as long as it's got the correct pedals. And it's a sit-down one. It's got to have the brake, the clutch brake, and the throttle. Now the clutch brake, I don't know, it's there because otherwise the regular brake is going to be a clutch brake, and I don't use the clutch brake. I'm not a clutch brake user. I'm not tearing up the equipment. The forklifts that I would use, the mechanic would be Damn, this ain't brand new. I said, nope. I use it every fucking day, all day long. Said, there's no wear on the clutches. Because I don't use the clutch, okay? I don't use the clutch. I'm not a clutch roaster on the forklifts, okay? Don't. I need the pedal there, because if it's not there, then that means the regular pedal is going to be a clutch brake. And I need to not have a clutch brake. I need to have a clutch brake over there that I don't ever fucking touch. I put it in neutral, and I rev the fuck out of the thing to raise and lower my forks faster, tilt back and forth. Part of me wants to go like work at an Amazon warehouse or something. Be like, I can show people I can fucking forklift here, but over there they're like, you're not wearing your seatbelt. I'm like, shut the fuck up! I'm not wearing the seatbelt on the forklift. It hinders my ability in no way, shape, or form. But if I do have to hop off the fucking thing, which is very rarely, I don't want to be fucking constrained to it. All right, Ashley Home Store. You made the mistake. It's a 3-lane road. The right lane makes you go on the highway a certain way. The center lane makes you go the other way. And that guy, the Ashley guy, he fell for because it looks like the road goes straight, but there's actually a median there. And he fucked up. But I let him in. Ashley, there you go. I let you in, bud. I let your ass in. The GPS doesn't really understand how to navigate you to where you're supposed to be going, so it's an honest mistake. What else am I good at? I'm not really good at driving games. Okay, I like to play them a lot, but it's not because I'm the fastest on the track. It's not because I've got the fastest car. Even it's not because I can turn good. I can't do any of that good on video games. I like to putt around. So you would say, well, you like Mud Runner. And it's like, I like the concept of Mud Runner, but Mud Runner's, the physics are off on that game. And I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not even like trail driving, like slow trail riding. Like, yeah, it's fun. I like to do it. I am not the best. I don't know what it is. It's just something I enjoy not being the best at, And I think that's okay. It's okay to enjoy not being the best. I don't want to be the best. I want to do it the way I want to do it. What else am I good at, though? I think being a dad, and there's always improvement no matter what you think you are. There's always improvement there, and I'm not saying that I'm the best dad in the world, but I enjoy the way I like my kids a lot. I like them a lot. They're really cool. I'm so proud of them, and I like being a good daddy. Sometimes I'm strict, sometimes I'm lax. Sometimes I steer them the wrong way, and sometimes I steer them the right way. And it's not, you would like to say, oh, well, some of that's on purpose so they'll learn. It's like sometimes it's just, the way it is. Something hit my fucking mirror and cracked it just now. It's kind of crazy. One thing I would like to be good at, like be one of the best at, would be modding. And I don't even know if that's like you're the best at it or not. It's just like, do you have the time and the equipment to do that, like to mod a game or whatever, and the money? Because I think it costs money to get the right stuff, unless you want to create it all yourself. And that dump truck lost a fucking wheel. Not good, bud. And the modding thing, that's something I could do. I have the programs to do it. I have resources that I can use to go look at it. It's just it takes so much fucking time to do one little thing, and I don't know. Maybe it'll make sense to me one day, but it doesn't make any sense to me right now. I'm not a computer nerd. I don't know how to do that stuff. But there is like a map creator tool, and that's what I would say. I mean I have proof that I am or was the best map creator for that video game I played a while back, Off-Road Outlaws. Shout out. I was the best map creator. I have receipts, okay? My maps were I had like 5 maps in the top 10 or some shit like that, whatever it was. It's not like that anymore because I've been gone. But they were there, and some of them still are there. One of the best map creators, and I would say the best city map. Kind of bring it down a notch. I'm not the best map maker, but I'm the best city map maker. Even there was even some other people that put more detail into it, which was nice. But it was like some of the detail wasn't as important as the overall layout and picture of it. Because if you add too many props, it starts to get laggy and things shift and move, and it just starts to not look proper. You know. So I would limit to where I put my detail and everything. So, which I think would make me, I'm not the most meticulous, but I was the best. I knew where to draw that line between detail and functionality. I'd like to get back into that too. It just isn't feasible. The time that I have to play video games I don't want to be doing that. I want to be messing with my other games. That's a crazy thing, getting older, realizing that like this is the way life is gonna be pretty much all the time. There's not a big, there's not something super great over the horizon. You've got little goals here and there that keep you going and keep you looking forward, but life is pretty much me working every single day with a vacation every now and again. I got to work every single day to make enough money to support my family, and this is the way things are, and this is the way things are probably going to be for the foreseeable future. I don't have the time to do every single thing that I'd like to have the time to do. And I'm also lazy, and I don't see that changing either. I'm still going to be a lazy motherfucker that wants to sit down and just watch TV, like waste my time watching TV, YouTube, scrolling on Facebook or whatever. That's going to be, I have to account for that because I can't say I'm not going to do that because I'm going to, which just sucks more time of your life away, because your life is only so long. You don't know when it's going to end. But I'm still going to be lazy on the couch. I'm not happy about doing that, but I'm not like super sad because I enjoy that. I enjoy to lay on the couch. I enjoy to eat a lot of food. Yeah, I need to get myself back on track. And today, I mean, I did pretty good. I ate a lot of pickles, but I didn't have any carbs. There's no carbs with that meal today. Dodge, what are you doing? What are you doing, Dodge? So yeah, I don't know. I keep looking forward into the future, thinking that eventually one of these days I'm going to have all the time in the world to work on my trucks, get them running, and do stuff. And you gotta also count on that might not happen. You might not get all that time that you're expecting. Right now it's just kind of hard because it's winter and things are just easier to do during the summer, but there's also a lot longer hours during the summer. And I just feel robbed and depressed during winter. Whenever it's dark when I leave the house, it's dark when I get back, and I'm not even working like a crazy long day. It just gets their days are so short that there's no time to do stuff when I get home, and it just fucks with your clock. But we're going to be getting out of winter eventually. I know I'm going to make it there. I'm going to make it out of winter, and but then the work is going to start picking up. So I just feel robbed in the wintertime that there's so many hours that I could be doing something, but it's too cold, too dark, and it makes me mad. But I do like winter still. I just I don't like that things are the way they are. Let's get rid of daylight savings time. Let's try that for a little bit. That would be kind of nice. Get rid of that thing and just see how that works out. I don't think it's going to make a that much of a difference, but it'll make something. It'll do something to me. Anyways, I'm done talking. Keep all 18 down. I'll talk to y'all later.